Welcome to a new episode of the Superpowered Fancast. This is Darren. In this episode, I continue talking to collaborative teams, and this time I got to speak to the team behind the new Dark Horse Comics horror series, Kingdom of Earth, David Dastmalchian and Leah Kilpatrick. Now, David has previously been on the podcast to talk about his comic book series, Count Crowley. Now, David is an actor, writer, and producer known for his roles in films like The Suicide Squad, Dune, and taking the role of Bison in the upcoming Street Fighter film coming this October. Now, Leah Kilpatrick is an actor, writer, and producer known for her roles in series like Murderbot, as well as some amazing special effects work in both creature design and prosthetics. Now, David and Leah discuss their new series, Kingdom of Earth, which sees the planet overrun and taken over by monsters and the remaining humans fighting for survival, while the monsters realize that they need some humans to remain in order to create a new society for themselves. The first issue comes this July from Dark Horse Comics. Take a look at the interview and let me know what you think in the comments, but without further ado, here's my interview with David Dastmalchian and Leah Kilpatrick.
Thank you.
Hi! Thanks so much. Thank you guys so much for being on.
Darren, it's good to see you, man.
It is so good to see you again.
You
I
know,
really
love this
appreciate it.
superpowered.
Thank you so much. And Leah, thank you so much for being on as well, because I have been a huge fan of your creature work. Like, I know I talked to like David when we talked before, we were talking about like monsters and stuff. So I did like a deep dive, especially when I heard about Kingdom of Earth, and I've been blown away by your designs. I'm sorry.
Thank you so much. David said, honestly, very lovely things about you. So I'm excited to meet you.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. So, I know you guys, I don't want to take up too much of your time, but one of the things I love it. Like, if you're ready, I'll just go ahead and get started.
Yeah.
One of the things I've been doing lately is I've been talking to a lot of collaborative teams, especially in comics. So the first question I want to ask is before kind of getting into Kingdom of Earth is like, what was the initial conversation like that spawned the idea for Kingdom of Earth?
I remember where we were. We were in the car. Do you remember?
Can you remind me?
We were like on, oh my gosh.
La Brea or
we were by Larchmont.
Yes.
We were like turning in a street off Larchmont, and we were talking because we had, I think for a while, been like, we want to create a comic together, and we knew that. We knew we wanted it monster based. And then when you say that, you just go, okay, your brain goes everywhere. So what does it actually mean, and what do we actually want to say? And I can't remember like the initial spark, but I think in that moment in the car, we came up with it.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that too, there was, because we've collaborated a lot thus far, but we've only gotten the opportunity to really do one shots, where it's like like writing a short film or like writing a short story where there's a beginning, a middle, and an end. And we've done it for DC, we've done it for Dark Horse, we've loved doing that. And we've done obviously also a lot of stuff in the trying to create things for film and television. But I think we were just talking about how the world was changing so fast and ideas about because one of the things we really want to do is not just tell monster stories, but also the stuff that scares us in real life. I think it helps to contextualize things and like give them a place where they can exist in our imaginations, because it's much more fertile ground for the stuff that is actually really, really scary when it comes to concepts of like agency, empowerment, having no rights, feeling like you're constantly, in danger. And I know that the world, whether people are afraid of technology, whether they're afraid of the government, whether they're afraid of what's happening right now globally, there's just that a pervasive sense of fear. So yeah, I was like, also we're nerds for, in Cabin in the Woods.
Yeah.
One of the things we
love
talk
that
about
movie.
all the time is that movie. And the idea that like every monster that's ever existed being in one place, it's kind of like for me, Magic the Gathering, what I love about that, where like
Yeah.
you could pull stuff from Dungeons and Dragons and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, every monster in every kind of story. Lee and I love that.
Yeah. And we were talking too about like where I grew up in Minnesota versus where he grew up in
Oh
Kansas.
yeah, yeah.
And like neighborhood lores and like little fables we would tell each other, or horror stories.
Yes.
Like, so it's been really fun too to think there's all these monsters and all these like stories that people grew up with fear based around them that none of us even heard. Like someone was telling me about the Button Man the other day, and it was like their local thing. And it was just like, what if all these things that scared us from all different communities, all different cultures, rose up from the ground one day? Um, the thought of the amount of different variations was really exciting to us.
Yeah. And the power of the imagination.
Yeah.
Imagination can manifest stuff. So what if everything humans have ever imagined, from Greek myth all the way to Stephen King and everything in between,
Right.
what if it all did manifest? What would happen?
Yeah. I think that's one of the things that has me so interested in Kingdom of Earth itself is that so many different cultures, like fear, I think is one of the things that tends to always be universal. Like love and fear tend to be universal. They're just different ways of expressing that and different ways of having them manifest. So I was interested when you said like all when you were talking about all those creatures from lore. Is like, did it give you the ability to kind of deep dive into those different kind of cultural fears and find the things that were universal to kind of everyone?
Yeah, we're nerds for research.
Yeah.
We love looking up stuff. Like,
We broke up with this volume. We broke up where we wanted it to take place in the world, and we have it in North America, specifically in like the middle Northwest.
yeah.
And we were like, oh, if there were no state lines, that because monsters don't know what state lines are or don't even care for that matter. If it's been 2 years since monsters rose up and are trying to figure out their new ways of governing, surviving, living amongst each other, the higher ranking within it all, like how would land be claimed by them?
Right.
And that was part of the fun thing too, where we're just focusing now on this part of Northern America and where these monsters originate. But we keep thinking how exciting it's going to be to go to like China and
When, yeah,
Europe
oh my God,
and
or even
all
just
these
like
things that we don't
Western
know.
United States, because right now we kind of cover from like the Great Lakes region down to like Southern Illinois, Northern Missouri, all the way to like into like the big plains of the Northwest. So it's like those regional areas have so many writers, so many myths, so many First Nations myths. There's all kinds of stuff that have risen, but that's just we're just scratching the
Yeah,
surface. And they perceive their enemies to the west, the east. They haven't even experienced European or Asian monsters
you
yet.
do.
Oh, just wait.
Yeah, and I'm interested in that, especially as a Chicago kid. Like I'm, I
Yeah.
love
Can
kind of
you talk about some of the? I mean, we've
H
got
H.
H.H. Holmes, the
We
the the,
did.
the zombie of
yeah,
H.H. Holmes,
Yeah, we're
that's
doing
kind of
like
like
the zombie of H.H. Holmes.
the relic
yeah,
monster from the movie The Relic that was at the
yeah,
the Natural History
in the
Museum.
museum, yeah,
You've got the ghosts of the victims of the Chicago fire. You've got Resurrection
Yeah,
Mary,
Big Mud,
Mary, yeah.
your Big
Big
Muddies,
Muddies.
Dark Watchers.
Dark Watchers, we kind of have
They're
minor
all
with
over
like a
that
gang.
area.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
because a lot of the West Coast.
Wendigos from
Windows, yeah,
outlying areas.
it's fun.
The Bray Road Beasts.
Bray Road, Bray
Bray
Road
Road
Beast.
Beast.
Oh, that was
Oh, if you're like regional
Megashi.
Metagashi, the monster
It's
Metagashis,
fun.
like
Mhm.
people are going to be like, oh, because I had, when I was growing up, we had Spooklight, we had Old Manhattan, we had Stole Kansas Devil, but like I didn't know about the Mothman. I didn't know about chupacabras. I didn't know about certain things that if you go to different parts of the country, that's wild.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, and I live in the South now, so at
Mm.
a lot of, especially like my family generations ago, there was that the kind of the great migration of African Americans coming from the South and then moving up north, and they brought a lot of that those
Mhm.
stories and folklore with them. So again, that's one of the reasons why I'm kind of excited to see you guys take on it. But just getting back into the collaboration of it, where you kind of did you ever feel like overwhelmed with the amount of things that you could include, and were there things that you kind of had to, maybe butt heads with about, I want this, but I don't know if it's going to work with this story. Like kind of how did that, how were you able to, I guess, self edit and then collaboratively edit
There's,
what you
there-
wanted to
there's
include?
never a no. If one of us finds a monster, I don't think we've ever been like,
Mm.
that doesn't fit, because the point of this is that they all fit. Even if it was like I mean, there's licensing rights, obviously. So I couldn't say like, oh, Pennywise is here because we don't have the rights to that character. But the idea for our readers should exist that yes, Pennywise, Leatherface, Freddy would Candyman in this world. We have a we want to have a character with a hook and who evokes that sense of Candyman. I can't legally go and put Candyman in our comic,
No,
but
it's not bees. It's
yeah, there's
can't. Well, I don't
yeah,
know.
we're not saying
Yeah.
like no to each other. What we're doing is trying because there's full councils.
Right.
These monsters are trying to organize because they know that like that they need to find that now it's society. Now they've taken over the earth, so it's like now what? So they're trying to organize the local councils, regional councils.
Who are the outliers? Because there's also like monster goons too. So like that's been the fun thing too, where there's like almost like a pit in Northern America that we put that's kind of just like
Where
the
you throw the
monster,
troublemakers.
you
Right.
know, doping around,
Yeah,
having a good
yeah.
time.
Yep.
Um, but like collaborative wise, I think monsters, we were just so excited to shine light on a lot of them that we didn't even know about. So I think when we were researching, I was like, "Oh, have you heard of a Menegeshi before?" And we're like, "No,
Mhm.
what is that?" And I was like, "Kind of looks like a little turtle." But it's so fun.
We have a
We have,
document that Leah created, which is it's like your lexicon of all monsters, and we just always add to it. We
mhm.
just every time we find a new one. But the way we negotiate as writers, because there are things that we really want to find a place for, and I think we've been really lucky that like when you'll have an idea about like say Virago's past the kid in the past or something like that
Mhm.
or I'll have an idea about
Romero.
yeah
Yeah.
like the way that like the council stuff goes down we it's why I think we work so well together like I really love Leah's like there's very few times where it's about a negotiation of that and I think it's just it's the limit of pages
Right.
that's struggle for us always
Hmm.
we always run out of pages we've turned in so many scripts and I think it's because we're subconsciously trying to like impose our desire to have more pages. We've turned in more overpage drafts than probably any writing team ever, but they always say they're 20 pages or
Miss
30
number
pages.
them.
We misnumber them,
Like we
and I
repeat
swear
it.
it's by accident. I
It's like
swear to God,
three num page fives
they'll
that
be
we
like,
just like
guys,
our
you,
lovely editors at Dark Horse are like,
yeah,
interesting. Seems like your numbering is off, but
I'm gonna pull up
Think if
our
the story's
lexicon too
good,
while we're
they'll
talking.
let you get away with it.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And it was fun too with like characters like we have Dark Watchers in our thing who is a big Orpheus is a Dark Watcher character. And what was fun of like learning about Dark Watchers is we can while they have kind of a limited description of what they are, it was fun to be like, okay, but how would their like powers work if they had powers? Like, what are their internal motivations and physicality based on what we know of them? And I think that's been really fun to collaborate as well.
I'm just gonna read you some more. The
Yeah, yeah,
three-legged Enfield horror, the specter of Adolf Lutgert holding his big meat cleaver, the monster from the relic, because I
yeah.
love that movie.
I do love
Resurrection Mary, the devil monkey, it's a subspecies of the Bigfoot, the beast of Busco, the Loveland frogs, the Piazza bird, the monster snakes, the mill race monster, the grass man, the Minerva
it.
monsters, the O'Leary legend. I
I
mean,
was like,
that's
I want
just
to put the cow tipping the lantern over for
I l-
Chicago. I was like,
I
I
just
have to.
yeah, I love the fact that just I mean, and I guess it's something that you all share is that and again, it's one of the reasons why I was so interested in talking to y'all about this book is I love the fact that as humans we have so many different ways we kind of categorize our own fears and how in so many different ways we can manifest it through creativity. So I'm so interested in reading this book, especially when you all started talking about the fact that beyond just these creatures just being manifestations of our fears and come to life is once they're here they have to create a society. Like it's such an odd concept but it makes so much sense to me.
I was a big fan of the Planet of the Apes films that I used to watch in like Saturday matinees when I was a kid during
Mhm.
the creature feature. And then I loved when they rebooted and brought that world back. But
Yeah.
I think about that a lot and I think about Escape from New York.
Yeah, that was a big one
Mhm.
as well.
Um and of course Cabin in the Woods.
Hmm. Yeah.
And again, lately now every time I play Magic, I'm always like, this is what I want to see. I want to see what happens. Because we all used to love when the Universal monsters would face off, right? You know, when
Hmm.
Mhm.
Dracula meets the Wolfman,
Mhm.
Frankenstein meets the
Mhm.
Wolfman. And so imagine if all of them, if it's like the battle royale,
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
we're gonna throw everybody in the ring. And it's not even about last man standing because they realize if they just slaughter and slaughter, eventually they were doing that. I think the first like 6 months of this apocalyptic event, the monsters were just
Mhm.
slaughtering. They ate every human they could get their hands on. They destroyed each other. But then they were like, oh, we're just going to eviscerate all the populations here. So we got to figure out how to make this thing work. But it
Right.
doesn't really work. Kind of like human species.
Yeah, and that's again was one of the things that when I was reading, when I've been reading the synopsis and everything involved in the story, was like, well, yeah, how do you balance that with like characters or creatures who, again, because they're manifestations of our fears, you know, you don't see a thought process or an out to it. It's like that thing is there to kill you, but what if it doesn't? Then what do you become to it, and what do you as humans become to these creatures in the aftermath? Which is again, I'm gonna like talk a whole lot because of how much I really want to read this book. I'm so excited to read it, just
Yeah. And wait till
because
you see the art.
conceptually it's so interesting.
Thank you. Yeah, the art is great. Yeah, Sue.
Sue
Yeah,
Lee
that
is
was,
It's really
amazing.
yeah,
gracious.
that was the other thing. Like I love Suli's art, so it was like just I'm sorry. I'm gonna keep
No, it's great.
Yeah,
We could
yeah.
do the same with you. So
Yeah, and she's deeply invested in it. Like
yeah.
she's a artist that really cares and puts so much thought, love, and work into every brushstroke. And you know, every time she sends us pages, we get very, very excited.
Yeah.
And we didn't hand over an easy story to convey because there's lots of story we want to tell out the gate with this first volume. We have 4 issues, and we're trying to set up our main protagonist. Um, our main protagonists are, and it's
Hmm.
confusing, hopefully in a good way, in a fun way for the reader as
Right.
to what's a good monster, what's a bad monster, where are the good ones, where are the bad ones. The way humans are existing right now is in the world of Kingdom of Earth is pretty terrifying because yeah, they're either food or there are a few that are elevated and allowed to help them because they're trying to understand how to make like transportation systems work, electricity work, communication work.
Hmm.
So they need some humans, but they're afraid of humans getting any power because they think that we'll try and reinstate our weaponry, get back. So they're like keeping us very distant from religious relics, from anything that mythologically could hold them back. So they're trying to like it's scary times for the humans.
Yeah. And it just again going back into the collaborations, like because it sounds like you all have talked a lot about the world of this story. Like were those conversations just like, throwing ideas back and forth, or was it something like where you came together with like an overall kind of world view? Or were there things that you were like, oh, but this has to be part of it? Or I guess again, just kind of going into the collaboration, like I'm interested. I'm almost interested is almost like a fly on the wall. I would love to have like overheard these conversations about
I'll say this, what I love about collaborating with Leah is they usually start with a question. Like
Mhm.
she'll and we talk because our office hours are so strange. Like we don't have a typical 9 to 5. We've
Right.
also been friends and a part of one another's lives for 20 years. So it's like at 10 o'clock, you get a text like, want to talk. What do you think about da da da? I was just thinking about da da da. I just saw this thing in the news, which makes me go, I wonder if we should do da da da. So the way the conversations usually happen is posing a question. There's also this interesting thing that happens with us where we know where we're trying to get in a vague sense. Like we know we're getting to, I'm going to use a metaphor here. Like, okay, we know in these next 4 issues, we want to get to, at first we're like, well, we know we want to get to Illinois. And I'm not speaking specifically about Illinois. I'm saying like as a metaphor. And then the more we talk about it, okay, we know we're getting to Chicago. Then the more we talk about it, no, we know we're getting to Kingston Mines. The
Hmm.
more specifically we talk about it, we know we're getting to that table in the back of Kingston Mines. It's right by
That's
the bathroom. Like we hone in on an idea
No.
over time, over time, over time, and we and it starts in a like, oh, wouldn't this be cool if we could get this character to interact with this character, which then leads to this. Now, then usually, not always, but usually Leah or I will go, okay, I'm going to start. And interestingly, we were writing this comic while we were writing another comic about monsters called The Accessories. So that was fun and influencing both. But we would start writing an issue. Usually the goal was like, I'm going to write five pages, send it to you. You tell me what you think, and then you do the next 5 pages. So I'd be reading her page and be like, oh, I didn't realize that's what she meant when she said that he's gonna be coming, taking them into the lair and they're gonna find this thing. Like there's a sense of questioning and discovery in our process that is really fun. And I think that when we get in the weeds, it's usually just because we want to do so much,
Mhm.
and sometimes you have to accept that like we're gonna have to simplify. We're gonna have to,
That's
you know.
my fault. Like Dave is very good at pulling me back in the simplification of things because I am like everything has to have a meaning and it has to be explained why. And I think that comes from just like just bigger concept writing, like features or TV shows, and just having that time and having movement where like you have to remember these these panels are not moving. We can't show all this stuff, but what are we really trying to say with it? And Dave's really good um, in simplifying that in the most clear and exciting way to be put on a panel.
Oh yeah, because you get so excited with an idea and you're like, oh, panel three, they
Details.
grab a radio and run to the window
Yeah, yeah.
to be
Or
yelling at
like
a thing,
that
and you're like,
12
that's
panel.
actually multiple panels. Like,
Like,
how do
go with this
we
attitude.
tell that story?
But
We
I
have
would
more insert panels than any t comic writing team in the world.
got it because and then Lee, I would ask you like as a creature designer, like were
Mhm.
there any other creatures that you were that you all were researching that you were like that you wanted to kind of get your hands dirty like
Yeah.
building on your own for like
Well,
prosthetic.
I kind of reverse engineered it where even though location accuracy probably does not align with this character, I put a green clawed monster in, which is Creature in the Black Lagoon, because I've been building this like turtle creature monster. That's kind of been like a slow running project of mine, and it's one of my favorite monsters. And Dave put a bunch of clowns in this ish volume, and I hate clowns. So it's like if I need that, then I need my comfort creature.
She was really mad at me when I incorporated a clown because I didn't want just one. I know that there's like the famous Pennywise, but also across the Midwest, we had John Wayne Gacy. We
Mhm.
had local lore
Ronald
of like,
McDonald's. Let's be honest. Like
no, it's Eric Andre's version of
Eric
Ronald
Andre's
McDonald.
McDonald.
That's
Yeah.
the scary one. But like, yeah. Oh, you were mad at. I remember you. I think you were texting me
That's
like,
my
you're like clowns, really?
and then Sue, you have to prove the art. And I'm
Yeah.
like, all right, guys.
But Leah's creature designs, yeah, anybody who's checking out this interview, you have to go check out her Instagram and see the stuff. Do you know NECA Toys?
Yes, I
They
do.
did this really
Well,
cool series of Universal monsters, but
mhm.
as Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, or
Yeah,
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles as
Ooh.
Universal
Universal
monsters
monsters.
as a mashup. And Leah's been building a full costume of Leonardo, creature from the Black Lagoon. And I hope and pray someday when someone approves us having a walkthrough haunt at Universal Horror Nights or a TV show or a movie based on Kingdom of Earth that Leah
Mhm.
will get to like design and help build all the monster looks for it because
Such
she's so good at it.
Yeah, that's
Sorry,
what's good.
I don't understand.
Oh my gosh.
My phone thought we were
No.
talking.
But I was going to ask next is like the creation of this world just looks like it has the potential to expand beyond the page. Like, are those thoughts that you're having, or those things that you're putting off because you want to focus on the story in front of you? Like, kind of like where your head's at as far as where it goes next, kind of without spoiling.
I mean, it's hard for us not to think that way. Like, I think we're just, especially with the company Good Fiend Films, it's like we're just always like, how can we explore this more and the story and what we're trying to tell with it? And it's hard not to get really excited. I think that's why we kind of like focused our energy of like, we need to just have a region because if
Mhm.
not, it's going to become chaos. And the region itself, which we're calling the Northern Territory, is chaotic in itself. But it's hard not to think, in addition to just within a comic book page, where else it can go, like we've been saying with like different continents and the lores within there. But then it's hard not to see it, especially with Sue's beautiful art, as like an animated series or, you know, what a dream. I mean, financially, I don't know who would want to fund it because it would be out of its mind expensive, but a live action would be just so
Oh
epic for,
yeah, come
just
on.
Yeah.
I
so
mean,
many monsters.
they're making Street Fighter into a movie, I heard. So if they
Yeah.
can do that, then I think that like the
People like
Kingdom of Earth
monster.
monsters can do it.
Yeah, I saw
You know,
that,
if they're gonna
I
make a
saw
Blanca, we could have a
yeah.
whole,
Saw the
relic
art of that guy
monster
playing
eating
Bison. I think
clowns.
he looks great. I think he's amazing.
Yes. Yeah,
But thank you guys so much.
of
I
course.
really
Darren, it's so
appreciate
good
it.
to see you, and I'm grateful for your love of comics. Your passion is palpable, and we need more people like you out in the
Thank
world
you.
keeping comics alive, especially like local comic shops, keeping those going. And yeah, I'm really lucky. I've been, like I said, in connection with this kook to my right for a very long time, and I feel like the world is just now gonna start to get the taste of her talent, which I've known for decades, and it's an honor to get to be a part of a collaborative team with her. And if you like getting crazy monsters going to battle with one another and humans doing their best to try and be ingenious and figuring their way out of crazy problems, then you're gonna love Kingdom of Earth.
Well, I am absolutely on board, and I was on board from the name from your guys' names alone, but the passion you all are having, the passion you have for the concept and talking about it with me means I'm absolutely I'm on Team Kingdom of Earth. I can't wait.
Thank
Thanks, man.
you.
All
I
right.
really
Well, let us know once you get your hands on it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, no. My review will be will be front and center on my page. So yeah,
Thanks.
Thank you.
thank you guys.
All right.
Yeah, I'll transition out of this, but again, thank you
Thanks,
guys.
man. It's so good to see you.
Yeah, same here. Thank you so much for the opportunity, and I'm glad I was able to catch you. I'm so looking forward to Street Fighter. I'm sorry, I was trying. I'm trying to pull. I try and pull back to like not talk about the stuff outside of what I'm
Thank
there to
you.
talk about.
Thank
But
you.
It's so fun.
We
that
just got to see a good little chunk of it
yeah,
and been doing some more work on it. And I'm really proud of it.
yeah, because that trailer
I
look
think
it
you're going to
just
have a lot of
reminds me
fun.
of everything I loved about that game in the arcade. So yeah,
Yeah. He crushes it.
yeah,
Thanks. You get
It's
to
going to be
see
really fun. It's
the
going to be really fun.
origins of M. Bison and
Yeah.
how he tries to become the Bison you love in the game. Is fun. I get to
Yeah.
be a real sick son of a
Yeah.
bitch.
cool. Thank
All
you.
right, man. Take
All
care.
right, thank you, you too. Thank you guys so much. I would love to
Yeah.
have you back if you
We'd love
We
to.
will. We'll
Yeah,
come back.
always.
We've got accessories coming out
yeah,
later this summer as well, so we'll be talking about that. And then I think it's really fun to talk about, doing multiple monster stories at the same time and how
yeah,
we keep them unique and how they inform each other. I think that's its own conversation.
absolutely.
Okay.
Thank you guys.
Bye,
It's
Darren.
nice meeting
Thanks,
you.
Bye guys.
Darren.
It's nice
Thank
meeting you
you.
too. Thank you.